Not the Chuddle.
Chuddle. Surprise.
I have a real soft spot for evil.
Blood flying everywhere.
Fuck good.
I'm a big boy who doesn't get scared.
Out of the mist and into the fog, it's Chuddle the Pod.
Sup? Welcome to Chuddle the Pod, a horror movie club where horror movie lovers have a feel-good time. On this show, we explore what we like or dislike in the genre we love by asking and answering the same questions about a different movie every episode. As always, we will warn you before we enter the spoiler zone, and in this episode, we are chuddling Spiral Uzumaki 2000.
Yeah, you got it.
Is the year.
2000, yep.
It's not Spiral 2000.
Spiral Uzumaki 2000.
Ross, are you here?
I am.
Excellent.
Thank you for having me. Oh,
there
hey.
we go. So good to have you. And Brian, of course, is Brian here?
Huh?
Oh!
Hey!
Splat. Yeah, boy, Brian in the house. Woo!
Full
Chuddle.
Full Chuddle, ladies and gentlemen.
Feels good.
Full Chuddle. I just had to come on for Uzumaki Spiral. I was just compelled
Yeah.
You were
to
drawn
talk
in.
about spirals. Yep.
Yeah.
Well, good. Glad to draw you.
And you're gonna show us your entire Spiral collection, right?
Yes.
Perfect.
He's been
Yes.
doing nothing
It's
but
coming.
collecting them since. He can't show us till it's ready.
Nonstop.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, that's true.
You'll see soon enough. I'll show
That's
you.
not soon enough. All right. Before we continue, must take this moment to thank our coven of patrons. Your sacrifice gives us life, and we thank your beautiful souls. Of course, we have a new patron to shout out. Elizabeth, the witch that is the best. I'm so
Elizabeth,
sorry,
you're
Elizabeth.
awesome
You're
because
great. You've
so much has been going
Yeah.
on, and we have been dropping the ball.
Mhm. And we've needed to give you a name for a long time and haven't. So I thought maybe I could make one up on the fly just now.
On the spot.
And it went about as well as I thought it would go.
Yeah,
but
but
that's okay.
we'll upgrade you. Don't worry. We may be rebranding
Yes.
the whole coven anyway. I don't know. But shout out to you. Thank you for your support. Sorry we didn't get to you sooner.
Elizabeth,
But you still rule.
the
We'll workshop it later.
meanest witch of death. I don't know. We'll workshop it.
That's what we said before, but then here we are. Patrons get bonus episodes where we cover non-horror movies, mailbags, creepypastas, gnarly history, Chuddle battles, weird news, fun stuff. Those have also been up in the air lately. We've also totally changed to Patreon. It's all down to $3, only $3 a month right now. You get our full back catalog plus all our patron back catalog. And you get to support your Chuddle friends here and make us feel good about ourselves and what we're doing.
Mhm.
Now, with all club members accounted for, the coven avowed, it's time to crack open that goo book and officially begin tonight's meeting.
Give me that goo. Oh, yeah.
Oh, Sergio.
Yeah.
Thanks, Bob. We have another thing, right?
Let's do some lines.
Yeah, it's so great to be hearing them again and not Ross. So when Brian hasn't been here, Ross and I just make the sounds on our own. So I'm having a great time. All right. Starting with the log line. The inhabitants of a small Japanese town become increasingly obsessed with and tormented by spirals.
Yeah.
Uzumaki.
Uzumaki. Yeah, I think that's pretty on the
Yeah,
on the
it
nose.
really doesn't get more complicated even. That's just about
That's
about what's
pretty much
happening.
exactly what happens.
Nailed it, I'd say. Then taglines. If there is a tagline, nobody translated it. I don't read Japanese, so if it's on the poster, I couldn't decipher that. So as far as we know, we don't know.
It's tagless.
Probably something about
Okay,
spirals.
okay.
Probably some Uzumaki in there.
Uzumaki, probably about spirals.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, I'm going to try to run a little translate thing real quick. So yeah, go on.
Yeah,
and
let
then
me
I'll
know.
see if there's
Okay.
anything on this poster.
Movies are made by people, and the people that made this movie are. This movie was written by Junji Ito, Kengo Kaji, and Takao Nita, and was directed by Higuchinsky. Just a single name, the director. Higuchinsky.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, real quick.
Mm-hmm.
So if you look at the poster, there's some Japanese at the top of the screen. It gave me two things at first. It said, "Oh, so good, so good," and then the
Okay,
next
all right.
one it gave me is, "Oh, it feels so bad yet so good."
Oh, hurts so good. Uzumaki.
It feels so bad, but it hurts so good.
so good. Sometimes spirals don't feel like they should.
It hurts so
Yeah, I
good.
think that's what it's going with here. I'll take a picture. And then I'll be able to like share that because it has like the translation over it. It's a fun little technology.
I like
what do you
that.
know?
Wow.
What do you
Gosh.
know?
We
What a
are living in
world.
the future.
You're living in the future, bro.
I did use
It's
that a
good.
bunch when I
It's
was
so
in
good.
Japan. Like when we would
really?
like use it to like look at some menus and shit like that. It
Makes sense.
it got the
That's
job
awesome.
done. It wasn't always accurate. Obviously,
Yeah.
so good. Turned into it feels so bad it's so good or whatever. But
Oh, it's so.
it gets there,
Oh.
and it's probably even better than it was a couple of years ago, 5 years ago, whatever that was, 10 years
Oh,
ago.
absolutely.
Jesus Christ, I don't know.
10 years ago, all the time.
No,
Time.
all the time.
Time is a spiral.
Time is a spiral. Avoid the time spiral.
Oh,
What
gosh.
the time
Shit, I
spiral?
said the thing. The episode's
Ah.
over. Sorry, guys. I just ended
Good
the
night.
episode.
Just
What
dead air
happens?
for the next hour.
All right, some of the actors in this movie, I'm sure we're very familiar with all their work. We got Ariko Hatsune as Kirigoshima, Fifan as Shuichi Saito. That's like our main two little friend couple
Mhm.
thing. And then Ren Osugi as Toshio Saito, Keiko Takahashi as Yuki Saito.
Oh. Ariko Hatsune. I don't know what she was in it, but she was in
She's the
A
main
Complete
girl.
Unknown,
Oh,
the Bob Dylan
yeah, I
Pick.
saw that flick.
that flick.
Mm-hmm. It was fine. You wouldn't like it. It's full of Bob Dylan music, but
Yeah, no shit.
Did you know that the Bob Dylan movie was just fucking full of his music?
Ah,
That's I didn't
I
know.
mean, it's certainly not gonna, outpace
And,
that. The rest of the
it
movie.
looks like Ren Osugi. I was just trying to click on the people that had like actual pictures because you're like, yeah,
Pictures.
I don't know who they
Right.
are by name. He was in Shin Godzilla and then Cure. He was also in Audition. Those are
Huh.
some
great.
recognizable movies there.
Mhm.
Orphan Black, apparently. So yeah, these people have definitely, you may have seen them around in some other stuff.
The
Just
last one
not
I was
known
gonna
it.
say was our girl's dad, which is Taro Suwa, and he played Yasuo Kushima, the like clay artist guy, and he also has a photo. So I'm gonna see real quick.
He's also in
Battle
Shin
Royale,
Godzilla,
Shin Godzilla,
Cure.
Cure, Dark Water. Yeah, he's middle-aged man in Battle Royale. Shout out.
Ooh.
Battle Royale would be a fun one to revisit. I haven't
I haven't seen that
Watched
maybe
that in
since
a
high
while.
school.
It's been a long time.
I watched
maybe
it,
a
like-
little after.
I watched it about like 6 months ago. It's still a wild ride. Like even to this day, it's still a wild ride.
Nice.
You have somehow always watched something that comes up within the past year.
Yeah. Well, honestly, it's in rotation because I think it just popped up on. I don't know if it was like Shudder or one of the other ones. Like, oh, I
It
haven't
was
seen
on
that.
Shudder
I usually-
recently. I saw it. I put it
Yeah.
on. I put Shudder on live, whatever, and I think it was on for a second.
Oh,
I was like, this would be fun.
That's
to,
where I basically
okay,
caught
yeah,
it.
that makes sense. Anyway, that's not what we're covering.
no.
What
And
are we
let's,
doing?
We're gonna check the time, or the clock, or the meter.
The mater.
Gotta check the mater. The Gore mater, man.
Check that mater.
On a scale of 1 to 10, Psycho to the Sadness, how gory is this film? 1 to 5, consistency, 1 to 5, intensity. Get your Gore score.
Oh.
Ross.
All right. There are some pretty intense gore scenes. I would say for intensity, I'd probably give it a 3.5, a 4, maybe, because there's a few that get pretty graph.
I must not
definitely
be remembering
There's
them.
one I'm thinking of for sure.
Well, there's the car.
Oh, yeah.
Okay. Then there's 2 that I'm thinking of for sure. There's a car and there's the opening thing, which you do see happen later on.
Oh, sure.
Oh, yes. The stair. Yeah. So there's that. Yeah, I guess. Yeah, maybe like 3.5.
I agree with that.
Intense.
I'll agree with that as well. I just, forgot about it.
It's man, for consistency, I'm gonna. I mean, the beats happen, but like maybe like a 2 for consistency. Like I don't want to give it like a 1, but I feel like there's enough gore that once that it happens, it's spread out enough. I don't know, maybe like a 2.
I was going to say 1.5, but I would agree with your 3.5. So not far off at all.
I'll agree with Ross's 3.5 and I'll agree with Sam's 1.5 for the consistency.
Perfect.
So that's what I give it.
Fantastic. So that is a 5 and a 5.5. Woo! Which seems
and I mean, it seems
high to me,
high.
but I guess they are intense enough that's why it's that high. The moments.
Those moments.
I wonder if we have a questions about this, like who might be into it.
Who is the horror forward?
Great question. There's a few of them. Let's start with what subgenres does it fall into?
Body horror.
Body horror. Supernatural horror.
Sure.
Yeah. I mean, almost like Japanese. I don't want to call it folk horror, but like Japanese, like
Yes. Yeah, I would say that because it's like folks. Yeah, it's folk horror. Yeah, it's like weird spirits and evil presences and curses and things like that.
Crazy Town, literally. I don't know what to call that
Crazy
subgenre.
A town
but where like the whole town
goes crazy.
Yes. Yeah. I get you.
Well, it's very kind of like Invasion of the Body Snatchers, where it's like the town succumbing to something.
Mm-hmm. My butterfly, my sugar, my baby.
They are surprisingly, that song is surprisingly in it.
It's in, it's actually,
it's actually, that song is a cover of a song that's in here. If you didn't know that.
Japanese.
Yeah. It's a Japanese stuff.
Yeah. Cool.
What
other horror questions we got?
If that's a thing, subgenre.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, sure, it is.
Yeah.
What kind of environment is best to watch this?
At a bar. This falls in my bar territory. Like I feel like about some genres as well. Cool to have on and to like look up why there might be something interesting happening, but you could understand as much about this movie just not reading any of the dialogue.
That's very true. No, and it also, I think it's like it visually is so interesting to watch that having this on with no audio, like you said, like no audio, just subtitles, it would be completely fine.
Yeah.
But yeah, I don't know. For me, every time that I've seen this or introduced this to someone, it's always been kind of just like a light hang, like not like this is not really a party movie by any standpoint. You know what I mean? Like I feel like around the right people, this could be a party movie. If everybody had I think it's everybody have seen this and then it's a rewatching and just having yourself an Uzumaki party would be pretty funny.
I think a fun question I just thought of is like, if you were programming a movie marathon on TV, what time slot would this get? This would get like the 2 p.m. time slot. This wouldn't like make prime time. Like, this is early in the day. Not much is happening. Yes. Like I would throw the Ring on like at 8 p.m. Like that's like my 8 p.m. like my time slot. Yeah.
Okay, so this honestly for me, just because of those two gore scenes, if they were edited out, I would agree with you. This is like an afternoon movie, or this is going to be the 2 a.m. slot before the official sign off. Like this would would be like, you know what I mean? Like this would be like before the curtain.
Close it out with the weird one. Yeah, something.
The weird one, like
let's you fall asleep to it.
Yes. Yeah. It's like, if you've made it this far, this is your treat. You get to watch this.
Is it for beginners?
That's a real tough one. I think this movie is too bonkers for beginners. I feel like you may want to watch some other Japanese horror movies to kind of dip your toes into the cinematography and the acting style and things like that, because this is like a normal Japanese horror movie on acid. I don't know if this would be a good like first introduction to anybody for horror.
Just Japanese movies in this style of Japanese movies you would want to be introduced to before seeing this movie, for sure.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Other than that, I think it would be fine. Should you know anything going into it? Don't need to. I don't really think. Maybe that, just be prepared for some stuff that may be a little jolting for an American audience. Like editing choices and like stylization,
yes,
close-ups.
Everything in this movie was a choice.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Chuddle Harbinger of Doom fapping in. Got any thing to warn us about in this one?
There is vomit, and it's it's kind of funny how
it's more
bad
comedically
it is. It's like
chunky vomit. It's very fast. It's very fast, visceral vomit.
Yeah,
this like movie. I think honestly, if you have a phobia of slime, there is some slime, there's some slimy slime that's in this. There's a goo. Yeah.
If you have a problem with spirals, I'd probably avoid this one.
You gotta, this one. Yes, exactly. Whatever that phobia is.
Spirophobia.
Right. Yeah, I can't really think of a whole, well, I mean, it's,
that's fine.
I think that's,
we don't need a long list. The shorter the better.
Uzumaki phobia.
Uzumaki phobia. This film caused its own phobia.
They say it in the movie. One later, which we can talk about now because it's time to
spoiler zone.
Spoil things.
Ooh, spoiler.
So he says the translation is spirophobia. They probably say Uzumaki phobia, but the boy says it to the girl about his mom when they're at the hospital.
You don't like it no more.
The names.
Wear the gloves.
All right. IMDb behind the scenes.
Ooh.
The movie was filmed before the manga completed its run, revealing a different ending and new storylines not in the manga. So.
Okay, that makes more sense. Okay. Yeah. No, because I think there were certain beats to it, because I had seen this before reading the Junji Ito like manga, and there's a lot of very similar, like they uses like direct storyboard for certain shots and scenes.
Oh sure, I could see that.
You could, yeah.
You could feel that.
Yeah. Spiral numbers 6 and 9 can be seen on several occasions, including on the license plate of the reporter's car, a room number in the hospital, a date, and a video recording at the end of the movie. 69.
Yeah, I noticed that.
Some areas of the screen are digitally twisted into a spiral pattern.
Yep.
For sunset on the sky,
the ground sometimes, like sometime in the
when
trees.
She's walking home, and it lists a few. Like 3. There's a few of them. I also noted them when I picked up on them. And last, Junji Ito, who created the original source material manga, was trying to twist the positive spiral symbol into something disturbing. He stated, usually spiral patterns mark characters' cheeks in Japanese comedy cartoons, representing an effect of warmth. However, I thought it could be used in horror if I drew it in a different way. Ito has also claimed to not really know what the spirals mean, preferring to think they symbolize infinity.
Time spiral, bro.
Forever.
Avoid the time Uzumaki.
Time Uzumaki.
I need to learn how to say avoid the time spiral in Japanese. That's a good.
Yes.
That'd probably sound cool.
Yeah.
Yes.
I'll work on that.
Please. Okay. Yes, please.
All right. Why are we talking about this one? Who suggested it?
Why the hell are we talking about this one?
Why are we talking about this for? I suggested this movie.
Oh, thank you, Ross.
Okay, so I actually have a very weird story behind why I picked this. So I was apprenticing to tattoo at the time, and a gentleman came in and wanted a full black and gray sleeve of Uzumaki. He got an entire
Uzumaki.
And this was probably Uzumaki. This probably was around, oh man, I'd probably say 2004, 2005 ish. So I would see like him, he would come in like every 2 weeks, right? And I would got in conversations, and he goes, "Oh, you've never seen this movie? Oh my God. All right. The next time I'll bring it to you." And he always forgot. But the last sitting of his sleeve, he handed me a bootleg copy of this movie on DVD. And then he goes, "Hey, you're into the Twilight Zone, right?" I was like, yeah, I love the Twilight Zone. It's one of my favorite things. He goes, "I want you to have this." And then hands me this really long piece of paper. And I open it up and I'm like, "What is this?" He goes, "This might be a little morbid, but my mom was one of the caretakers for Rod Serling, and that's one of his EKGs before he died." I was like, "What?" I went, "Excuse me?"
Interesting.
Yeah, I was like, "This is a very morbid gift." Okay, thank you very much for this. I don't know how to, yeah. Yes, it is somewhere in a box. It was one of those where it was very nice. I've kept it for my entire life, but I haven't displayed it because it's kind of one of those morbid ones where I'm like, there's no proper way for me to explain that to anybody. That's you know what
it's
I mean?
like when Dillinger died and people ran and put like their handkerchiefs in his blood.
Yes, like that kind of thing. You know what I mean? But amazing, very weird, bizarre, morbid gift, but also the introduction to Uzumaki, and watching that for the first time blew my mind.
Yeah. Well,
swirl. Interesting.
I'd never
I keep trying
seen it.
Sorry.
Or really heard of it. I'd heard of the manga, and that's about it. Yes, Brian. You're trying to figure out how to say it still?
Yeah, because I'm typing in spiral for Japanese or English to Japanese, and Uzumaki is not coming up.
Yeah, well,
and more directly translate as swirl.
Yeah,
swirl.
From what I read, it's really more just that shape. Like it could be a
right.
A whirl, a tsunami, a hurricane.
Uzumaku.
Rocky like hurricane.
Okay, I got. All right. I'll get back to it. Continue.
Where were we? Time to start.
Your introduction. Your introduction to the. You've never seen it before. You heard about it.
I said it all. I had everything I had to say about it. Brian, any history on this one?
Open dreamed.
None.
Samesies. All right, let's talk about the dang movie then.
I mean, not on the movie. Generally, I saw like maybe the first or two episodes of the Uzumaki show that recently came out, the animated one. Which the first episode's really good, but there's a whole shit show thing behind like the production of that, because then like
they spent all
the money on the first episode. Or something, basically. So
by the end,
the animation goes to shit.
there's literal scenes towards the end of the series that they are Gumby sliding down like an ocean, like a beach. Like they're not even walking. They're just like
it's like moving the cell. Just move it here.
Moving the cell.
Because the first episode is like really
and
cool.
Super
It looks
accurate
good.
to the
It,
manga.
like, yeah. And, super detailed and cool looking. But then it goes weird. So I was familiar with it, and Junji Ito, I think I knew of, and I've seen like artwork and stuff like that before. But in terms of this movie itself, nothing there.
Cool. Let's talk about it. We're starting the whole thing where we go through the whole thing.
Ooh.
Boom. Beginning. Lady. Narrator. Eyes.
Oh.
Let me tell you where I'm from. The place of my birth and the strangeness that happened there. Close up of a dead guy's face, and it spirals up and away the camera, but also like doing fade cuts over
blurs.
itself.
There are cuts, there are burns, there are blurs, there are swirls. You name it. What a camera can do, it does it in this movie.
The guy was at the bottom of a corpse faller. Comes up that way. Title card.
Mm-hmm.
And then our protagonist is walking and gets hit with some sort of ghost wind on her way to school.
It's the spirals hit town.
It's the spiral that makes her, going through her, it said, "You're going to ignore me and pretend I'm not there at every possible moment."
Yes.
And then it says part 1, premonition.
Oh.
She's running to school for a bit when Yamaguchi pops out and scares her. And
surprise!
Then his head, the frame spins and as the camera cuts between the two of them talking.
Like 90 degrees up. Yeah.
To do a circle.
Okay. The second that happened, I was like, oh, okay. So this is going to get weird. This is going to get very weird.
I thought that too, but then it felt like it never really got it as weird as this part promised. I thought I was in for like House or something.
Oh, true. Yeah. No, I'm just like, at least camera work wise, I feel like they do so many weird things.
There is some very weird stuff for sure. He likes her, but she's uninterested and runs on. Next, she comes across her friend's dad filming a snail. He is so fascinated, he completely ignores her. Then she meets her friend, Shuichi, outside a dark tunnel. That's where she waits for him. And he gives her a bike ride to school on the back of the bike. Cop runs out and yells at him.
"Hey, you kids!"
Here's the only IMDb behind the scene in this part. When we first see the angry cop, he looks at a wanted poster. This is an image of Junji Ito, the creator of the manga. This image is a self-portrait. And I noticed it. There's like a picture of a guy and a drawn thing. That's what that is.
That's awesome.
Now they ride dreamily to harp music for a while, eventually passing a shop with the sign has been stolen. Now, so her name is Kiri and he's Shuichi. Through most of my notes, they're K and S because that's going to be easier for me to say. And so that's what I'm going to do. She is K, he is S.
Okay.
K and S are now chatting on a swing set. It was Shuichi's dad that she saw filming the snail. He says his dad has been weird lately. Then he asks her to elope. She is surprised and he's like, "Oh, forget about it. Let's go." So they get on the bike and ride away. And then we see a shot of air raid sirens and they start going.
I really do. It's confusing and admiring at the same time that that S is so on the nose about just being like, something's fucked up. We should probably go. Like from the first 5 minutes where it's like, hey, something's off. Let's just get married and get out of here. And then like every turn's like, hey, something worse is now here.
She's like, "What do you mean?
What are you talking about?"
Yeah.
You're so smart and I'm so dumb. That was part of their conversation. What's the deal with the air raid sirens? Is it just to portend doom and that it's getting closer? Why does that happen throughout the movie?
Well, I think they're close to, because they talk about a typhoon coming through, and I think that it is like they're either testing it
related
or a storm or something. Because by the end of the movie, the typhoon's there; it's about to wipe out.
Yeah.
What you know what a typhoon is?
It's a big old spiral.
A spiral.
Oh, fuck. Oh my god!
Oh, fuck!
I can see my dad in there. It's actually just him, though.
Somebody help me! I'm stuck in this thing.
Where's the weed, man? All right. Kay chats with a van grocer. He's like the produce guy. I guess that's where you get your produce. Seems like a cool spot, actually.
Produce.
And her dad just got some sort of award, or he's a teacher now, or something.
He got an award for the pottery that he was doing. Like, so he's a
So the guy's like, "Here, take this melon as a gift for your dad's achievement." She's like, "Oh, thank you so much." So she takes the melon home. When she gets home, and I noticed on my second watch when I was doing the notes, there's a little sign outside their place on the ground with a snail on it that has a spiral shell. And also
the slime is a spiral.
S's dad is inside, talking to her dad. So I'm sure he set that down before he went in. Cool little touch.
Nice. Same thing with his shoes.
Right. Well, that's how she notices someone's there. She comes in and there's a pair of shoes that shouldn't be there. And it's S's dad. He's in there filming her dad working on the pottery wheel. He is there to commission an Uzumaki platter because Uzumaki is the greatest form of art. He gets really close to the clay and to her dad's face.
He's just videotaping.
Yeah. I kept expecting him to mess it up, but he didn't.
I was half expecting him to masturbate.
Yeah. He seems very strange, but again, it doesn't seem to bother Kay at all. She's like, and goes about her life like nothing's going on.
Oh, Dad.
I'm a big fan of that Alt J song where they're like, Uzumaki is my favorite shape. Right?
Yeah. One line that spins in a spiral.
Yeah, I was trying to play it out. I couldn't. But yeah. Alt J, check him out. Shout out. He's
a weirdo. She's unbothered. Kay prepares the melon for her father, for her and her father, and places a slice at a little altar for her mom. And they enjoy the melon, and this melon,
as an
American viewer, seems very strange. Like, so you get the slice, you get your spoon, you scoop out the seeds that are remaining. That seems fine enough. But then they eat it with a spoon, and the way it chunks out, it's like, looks like it's covered in hair like
fibers
or something.
Whoa,
fibers.
what?
Yeah, it's
very
fibrous. Well,
yes.
I thought what was funny was just like this whole thing where she's like, this is really good melon. He's like, oh my God, it is good melon. And then just starts and then throws the spoon away. And it's just,
they're really into the melon.
They're fucking really
so
into
it must
melon,
be a
dude.
treat. I mean, I would
Or
try it.
that's what I took
had
it
I had
as.
the chance.
Or they expect it to be shit because they hate the produce guy. They're like, oh, he gave me this probably spoiled melon.
No,
I mean, I don't know if that melon is native to the region, if it like takes a little bit it seems like a special melon.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say.
Special.
It's probably only 3 weeks out of the year can you get this melon type of.
Oh, wait
thing.
a second. Is it spiral melon?
If spiral melon is a melon, it definitely is spiral
melon. Okay.
Good band name.
Ooh, true. Dibs.
Cool. You got it. Keep it.
All right, good.
It's all yours. Fine. I like how you're never just like, That's our band. You just want to take the band names.
Have you guys heard of Blind Melon? Well, we're Spiral Melon.
We play Blind Melon songs while Uzumaki plays behind us. We play that one Blind Melon song on repeat while Uzumaki plays.
We play No Rain while it's raining on us, covered in slime.
There we go. Sorry. Riff over.
Case studies, but is distracted by a book of childhood photos. We see pictures of her and a young Shuichi. So this is when we see, oh, they've been friends for a long time. Because when that elopement thing happens, we don't really know their relationship yet. I thought they were boyfriend and girlfriend,
but they've
just been
lifetime friends,
incredibly close friends that clearly are a couple, but not a couple thing going on.
Are they? Aren't they?
They got the will, the won't they thing going. Yeah, exactly.
Mm-hmm.
They totally will, but win.
Is this the same scene?
More of a win though.
Will they?
Well,
when they?
Yeah. When they? When they?
Is this also the scene where this is where she talks about her mom dying, and then you just says, "She goes, stop crying, stop crying, stop crying. I'll be your mother now."
Not her sister, the boy Shuichi does that.
Yes. Yeah.
Yes. This is when she remembers Shuichi said he will be her mom when she died. And then
I don't want a boy for a mom. Yeah. That's what she said.
See, this is the world they want. There's a lot of confusing elements in this.
That she immediately remembers him asking her to elope that morning. That's the next thing.
Not yet. Mm-hmm. Nay. Not yet.
Next day at school, she meets her friend, and they talk about Shuichi and how they aren't exactly going out. Yamaguchi surprises them again and declares his love again, but they move on.
The old Yamaguchi surprise.
Yamaguchi surprise.
That's dibs on that band name.
You guys can try out if you want.
I'm holding auditions soon.
Good.
What can you play?
Riff over.
They walk down a hallway of kids standing against the wall looking at the ground.
What is up with that? What is going on with that?
Is that how kids are punished in Japan, or is that just some weird thing happening that we don't know about?
It's a fucking hall of silence.
I really thought they were walking towards something major happening, and then they just move on.
Yeah.
I wonder... Yeah, it could be that. No idea. I wonder if it's also... well,
because there's also
I'm not familiar with the manga. If it's like an imagery from the book in some
it makes sense
regard,
in there somehow. Yeah.
If my brother had not borrowed my copy, I could be doing this in real time.
Well, I'll let you guys know tomorrow when my copy arrives.
Oh wow,
nice.
Yeah.
It's I don't know if it is like that because I mean, like, it's so deliberate. Same thing in the hospital too. There's a few hospital scenes where like they're just like in the corners with their heads down, bowed and just sitting there. No context.
Mm-hmm. They walk upstairs when suddenly a body flies by, and it's the body in the corpse faller from the opening and the spiral staircase. Whoa!
Okay, so for a split second, I thought it was Surprise Guy.
Me too.
And
absolutely.
The sound that he made before he hit, I thought it was him going, surprise! Just splatting himself. Which isn't necessarily too far off from what happens later, but...
Now recovering from the sight of that in the bathroom, they are accosted by 3 weirdos with exploding cigarettes.
The holy fucking shit.
What's the deal with the cigarette?
The 3D graphics, the explosion graphics on the wall. It's just
is that again just because it's like in the comic or something?
What? No, it's not. A wild choice. Like, just it's that. I think it's them trying to
love it.
Imitate. Like, it's weird because obviously like this horror manga is what they're referencing it off of, but I feel that they literally were going for like live action anime, like, because there's so many choices that are in this that I feel like are like you would see in a cartoon. Like, this is almost a cartoon.
Yeah, there's a lot of cartoonish stuff in here.
We get some like black hole sun eye manipulation.
You wouldn't even see this in a cartoon. I've never seen somebody put out their cigarette in a cartoon and it explodes.
Well, I don't think you've seen enough cartoons or read enough manga.
No, this is entirely
Have you
wild.
seen
And then
it
this,
anywhere?
Not yet. I have now. Now I'm going to start. This is the thing where you've seen it once. Now you're just going to see it everywhere.
See it everywhere. Dude.
It's one of those things that now you just
Yeah.
Was that yellow Jeep syndrome? But what it's so weird about this too is they're like, yeah, now he's like, everyone notices him. I want to be noticed. I want to be noticed in my purest form. It's so vaudeville, like just the overacting and the hands reaching all over the place, and just like that leader,
she is something else.
She reminds me of like Cruella de Vil for some reason, just like these over dramatic like movements and like things, and like
crackhead Cruella de Vil,
Crackella de Vil,
Cruella Methville,
Crackella Methville.
Oh, there's an Uzumaki. I have it playing right now, and I saw a swirl where I hadn't seen one earlier. So they're everywhere, man.
Hey, how about that?
It's pretty. It's beautiful. It's a great shape. It's a really good one. It's a really great shape.
Have you seen my video? Have you seen my videos of it?
Art.
Can I tell you about our Lord and Savior, the Uzumaki?
The Uzumaki.
It's about as good as anything I'm ready to worship.
Worship at this point.
All right, riff over. Now recovering from the site I already said that, K&S walk somewhere and a spiral pattern spins on the ground beside them.
Ooh.
S tells K the spiral from the staircase drew the guy into town. Into town?
Drew him into his own death. It's like, yes.
Yeah, into his own death.
It drove him to listen to O-Town.
K thinks the town is cursed with... No, that's S thinks the town is cursed with Uzumaki. Y watches from behind a tree, scratching his hand nails
through the tree
down deep into that bark.
Again,
that feels very much like something from the manga.
Yes.
Yes.
Or an anime. Like just having that, just like it's that feverish, repetitive motion. You know what I mean? Also, did you have a feeling he was kind of beating it too? Because I mean, like he had one hand that was like scratching.
Absolutely. The look on his face.
Oh, interesting.
He's making some.
I did not.
He's making some Uzumaki of his own.
He wishes. S tells K how
cum spirals.
Stop
the riff. If you've
riff.
ever seen it in slow motion, that's how it comes out.
Oh, interesting. I have.
I think you should get that checked out.
I think we've probably seen the same video. S tells K how his dad is all fucked up from the Uzumaki. He doesn't work or do anything anymore. He just looks for and at Uzumaki patterns and collects Uzumaki patterns all day.
Oh, yeah.
Just stare
his
at
collection's dope. I love his little collection.
And I think that what's so kind of messed up is that after he explains all of this stuff, she just fucking laughs. She's like, ha ha ha! Oh, that's great. Your dad's suffering?
Oh, that's silly.
I'm like, what? He just poured his heart out that his dad's having like a mental breakdown, and you're just like,
Recently at dinner, they all ate the spiral fish cake, and Dad freaked out when there wasn't any more spiral fish cake for him to eat in the miso soup.
Am I supposed to eat my miso?
So he took his chopsticks and started making a little whirlpool so he could have Uzumaki.
Perfect.
Yeah, at least that calmed him down for a second. And that's when she laughs.
Yes, and this is when Kay laughs and is like, that's funny. And he's like,
what the fuck?
It's not funny. Come check it out. We're going to my house.
It's not, man. Uzumaki's serious shit.
Uzumaki's fucking some serious shit. Yeah, it's true.
At S's place, the dad is mad at mom because he threw out the spiral collection. She did. And he says,
I did.
You know what? It's okay because he can make his own Uzumaki now. And then his eyes spin in circles independently.
Black hole, son, won't you come? It's just
you don't need other shit if you're just making the whole fucking world go Uzumaki on you.
Oh my god! Just the fucking the CG.
How is that even right? Though? You would need to be just doing larger to smaller circles in the same direction.
Yeah,
he's doing opposite, man. He's
independently just rolling around.
That's not gonna work.
You don't know. You don't know the power of the Uzumaki. You've never felt that love.
I know how eyes work.
Not Uzumaki eyes.
There's a lot of shit that the human body should not be doing.
Just don't tell me that makes a spiral. That's what I'm saying. The problem is it doesn't make a spiral, not that his eyes aren't allowed to do it. And Kay faints. That is her reaction to witnessing this.
Oh, fuck.
And now we get part 2. Erosion.
Uh-oh.
In classic kid who is always late, shows up late, and completely covered in goo.
Yeah,
goo.
This is... Goo. Would this... Going back to earlier, would this be an Uzumaki Bukkake?
It certainly appears that way. I mean, it gives off...
It gives that impression.
That vibe.
Yeah.
That glazed lake vibe.
Glazed lake.
Mm-hmm.
So gross. It's so gross. It's also so weird that no one is addressing the elephant in the room that this man is literally covered head to toe in goo. Not just rain.
Yeah, it doesn't seem
viscous
to bother
goo.
them. Goo, yeah. The kid only comes to school on rainy days, covered in goo. Something's wrong
in
here.
A semen-like substance. Like it is disgusting.
It's like hair gel.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Just profusely caked on him.
I think they're all just blinded by the Uzumaki. It's
true.
got like a, I don't know, man. You just don't think properly.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's what that's
got them blinders, bro.
They're all spiraling out of control.
I also like the fact he's like, I'm sorry, I left at the same time. I don't know what happens. Go sit down. Okay, I'll just go sit down.
And then he moves very slowly.
So slowly.
And like the back of class kids that have been making jokes and stuff, one of them trips him and he falls like flat on his face, like tips forward like a tree and falls on his face.
Well, I think he's going to try to like brace himself, but his hands don't go up quick enough.
Slow.
So then he just falls forward
flat on his face. It's so cartoonish in the fact, and this is when we see his back, which now has a pulsating, protruding spiral
thing going on. You can't quite see it because it's still covered by the shirt. But
yeah,
this is also when the goo splattered onto the kid who tripped him's face.
Yes.
I would have a much bigger reaction
to having
goo-ish liquid splashed on me.
Wow. And guys, listeners, when we say splashed on his face,
imagine if it got between your toes, Sam.
We're talking about a lacrosse ball amount of, like, this is almost baseball sized amount of goo that hits this kid in the face, in his mouth. It goes into his mouth.
Yeah. I'd rather have the goo on my toes than in my face and mouth area. What would be worse is having the goo on someone's toes.
Hit you in the
face. Mouth area.
Okay, so someone gooed up head to toe.
Head to toe.
You're running. You're like backing away. You're like, no, man, get away from me, man. And they do this, like, they kick at you, and some of the toe goo.
Oh, God.
All right, I'll stop. That'll do it. All right.
Riff over.
Riff over. Oh, God, I can't believe anybody listens to this. Cut to S and his mom silently getting news from a doctor.
Whisper.
They leave the doctor's office. They're like, I we'll find somebody. So it seems like they're trying to find doctors and none of them can help them. Why surprises K again? That's Yamaguchi. Started shortening him too. Surprises K again, this time in the rain because the typhoon's been coming. He has a gift for her. It's a Jack-in-the-Box.
This is so...
Because I surprise you. You get it? It'll remind you of me.
So, what an asshole. Like, but also, like, the way this is shot, it's so tight in. Like, it's almost, like, zoomed in fisheye. Like, it's just like this, like, you're not even going to take a peek?
So many of the shots are, like, right
in your
on
fucking
their
face.
It's so uncomfortable because it makes you feel like someone
is in your personal bubble.
Like talking to a close talker or something.
Which is, I mean, guess that's the feeling that you're supposed to get from this creepy dude. So
yeah, but they do it with everybody.
Hell yeah, they do.
But yeah.
Well, so I like the slow mo of the Jack.
When the Jack in the Box goes off,
Yes.
she pushes him down and moves on, and he swears he's not going to give up. Kay gets home and her dad hands a package to her and is like, "Here, take this to Suichi's dad." And
she's like,
instead of being like, "No," or
this
like,
is what happened. Oh my God, Dad, no.
She just does as if nothing has happened. Maybe
okay,
it's
Dad.
the Uzumaki.
Okay, Dad, I'll try. All right, sure.
A spiral follows her on the ground as she goes. She arrives and the place seems empty. Then she walks like somewhere off screen and we get this long pan out that's really long, and then there's a scream, and turns out S's dad's committed Uzumaki and has spiraled himself in a dryer.
Oh yeah.
She
Is it a washer or a dryer?
Oh, washer, because of the
probably a washer.
It's
washer
faces.
Washer.
Washer.
Top opens from the top.
Or you mean an Uzumaki washer?
An Uzumaki washer.
So Shuichi S and his mom arrive. They hear the scream, come running in, walk over to the washer, open it up. Mom throws up. But S is just staring at that Uzumaki. No reaction.
Dun, dun, dun.
At the wake, S is about to tell Kay something, but Mom starts screaming because at the nearby, I guess, cremation smokestack is what that is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's made a spiral in the sky.
It's Dad.
And you can kind of see a face in it, and then everyone panics to crazy circus music. The music at that part is like fucking.
Well, it's also kind of.
I don't even know where you'd get that or how.
How do you? Yeah.
It seems like they found like 3 or 4 different stock things and just compiled them on top of each other.
I also find it real fucked, and I'm assuming it has to be the funeral director, maybe something around those lines. But she goes like, "Oh yeah, it was closed casket, and like they haven't even told close family, but it's definitely a suicide." And like being so catty in front of this fucking girl.
Yeah, overhearing the people at the wake.
Because it's the same ones that you see at another funeral at the same place.
Right. Shuichi's mom needs to go to the hospital. They're riding an ambulance there. And that's when we see the smoke spiral go to Dragonfly Pond.
Pop.
They meet a reporter who wants to know what happened to his dad. They watch his dad's Uzumaki tape, and then the reporter gives Kay a ride home.
So they watch the tape, right? And they tell him, I legitimately got jumped when the fucking TV turns off and then the corpse of the dad with his tongue in a spiral is in the background with the group. And then he looks back. That dude, first time saying that got me so hard. As in, I'm
Hell yeah,
I'm not even gonna correct that. No, it scared the shit out of me because it was weird because it's so absurd. Like this movie is so absurd that like when the actual scares happen, like I'm so disarmed by how zany this movie is that like when that happened, I was like, oh fuck.
Oh fuck! I'm fully erect.
I'm fully erect. Oh my god, I'm rock hard right now.
No.
About to faint.
I'm about to faint. I have no more blood going to my brain.
Riff over?
All right. I suppose.
Oh, the falling drop-off scene, because of the glare off of the windshield, it took me forever to realize if I was inside of the car or outside of the car. Does that make sense?
Oh, on that drive on the ride home. That's
Because like,
that's I think they go from an overlay from I think
the inside of the car to the outside of the car. Like
from that
you're always on the inside
looking out,
looking straight out. I love this shot. I think
it's so cool.
Awesome. You're not always in there though, right? Because at some point you're on the outside looking in.
You see their reflections. Slowly the reflections come into play. Like it's like you're looking you're behind the windshield. For the longest time you don't see the reflections. I don't even
can see the
oh yeah, yeah, you're right. It fades into looking into the car. You're right. Yeah.
But it uses the reflection of what you're seeing from the inside layered on top of the shot from the outside to make that fade happen. I think is what happened.
Serpent mirrors, bro. Serpent mirrors. They're doing it the entire time.
But yeah, I liked them driving through the small fucking things with just, small roadways and alleys and shit with just creepy.
It's so weird,
fun,
and haunting,
interesting atmosphere, haunting atmosphere. And not much is happening. I don't even think anything really. Oh, well, something does happen soon, right?
I videotape.
Well, they almost hit her dad.
Okay,
he's covered in mud.
Part. Okay.
This is
yes. That's it. Yeah.
It reminded me of when we went to Cody and Sergio's wedding. And
going down those back roads.
Because I videotaped that entire thing in a time lapse shot. So like it was the entire 20-minute drive in like 3 minutes, and it was just nothing. It was just headlights and black.
Yeah. You could only see what was going on in front of those headlights. It's such a it's like you turn a corner. Oh shit, there is something there.
There is something there.
Oh shit, it's Dad covered in mud.
Oh Dad.
Why does he need the mud? Clay, right?
Clay. Yeah, he's covered in clay. S visit, and that's it. Because now we're at S visits his mom to find she has cut off her fingerprints, because they got the Uzumaki.
The way he finds out about that is so fucking gross. Like he's trying to tuck her sheets in and then pulls his hands out and they're just covered in blood. And then the reveal of like her, like the cut shot of her screaming, the zoom in of the fucking fingerprints, and then just stumps. Ooh.
Yeah, they're like
it's like
out.
It's like
they're not stumps. They're like
flayed,
scooped.
like scooped out. Yeah.
Yeah. Kay dreams that she finds herself in the dryer. Is that
this
what that
whole
was?
fucking thing was so effective to me because it's this slow it's a slow POV shot of you going towards this washer, and you already know what's in it. So like the anticipation just builds on just like, oh fuck, oh god damn it, because like up until this point you've never seen what his body was.
I haven't seen it.
So like this dream sequence, and then just that lift was like, I was sweating. It was great. It was fantastic because like what's coming, but you still are just like, ah.
How erect were you
when that lid opened?
Was this like?
I was full.
In comparison to your jump scare from earlier,
I was full Uzumaki. I'm just letting you know.
Full Uzumaki.
No, this one was like a lead up, and I think it's like a duck. It's a corkscrew.
This is a fun visual for sure. Yeah, because this is like where you start to like see real weird body twisting and shit and body horror. And then she does a little thing where her mouth opens and you get a little twisty tongue.
Ew. fucking so gross.
She wakes up and finds her dad at the hill.
Kiln.
Thank you. He screams at her to go to
sedative.
He screams at her to get her ass to bed and has spiral eyes.
Man, okay. Talk about
She's got the spirals eyes.
She's got the spirals and like those eyes. This
spiral.
There's so many fucking nods to me. There's so many nods to just different movies and genres of movies and shit. This scene, the shot from inside of the kiln into his eyeballs with the flames on top is like quintessential. Like it made me think of like fucking Giallos, like supernatural Giallo movies, or like something like Grindhouse 70s style. Like it gave me that vibe, like the overexposure, the hearing of just like the screaming in the back as is just the spiral eyes are just staring directly into the screen. Spiral eyes.
Sure, man. I could see that. I feel like I can't remember what it was at this moment, but I was feeling like this shot feels homage-ish or of a genre or something. Like there's a lot of that feels inspired.
Yeah.
By something.
Like give me like a tidbit of the beyond. I don't know. I mean, for sure, the end of this movie reminds me of Night of the Living Dead. With like just the photograph endings, you know what I mean? Where it's just all those like weird panned out, you know.
Oh, I understand.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The next day in the gym, the leader of the terrible trio has long hair with spiral ringlets.
Hell yeah.
At the end. She's acting weirder than before. I do like the way it's shot when they run at the
bounce bar,
whatever.
Yeah.
the gymnastic thing that they jump off. I do like the way that's shot.
It is really cool that they show most of them from like the side to the front when they do in land, and then when they go to her, with the what's her name with all the crazy curls now, it's just this side shot of just her feet going through, and then when she lands, and then that pan up to her hair was like, oh no.
And then she's fucking repping her set again after that. The back of class tripper is the guy who tripped the guy and got goo-faced. He's chugging water.
Old Goo-Face is chugging water now, like chugging it.
And he has a little spiral bump on his back. The reporter seems to be onto something as he researches at the library. This has to do, so mirror and serpent sound the same in Japanese, is that it? But they're written in different characters.
Yes.
And somehow this is put him on to something.
It's like a mirror. It's like a cult. So like they talk about a serpent in dialogue living in Dragonfly Pond. And like that's like a kid's story. And then it talks about like mirrors being found inside of that lake that were supposed to represent like praising a god.
We see that here.
Like a snake god or something, you know. But they don't go too crazy into it. And to be totally honest with you, because it's been a minute since I've read the manga, I have no idea if that's an actual plot line. Because I think in the book, if I'm not mistaken, there really is no explanation and the town is just doomed. Like it's like there's no way of like actually finding it, you know. I could be very wrong about that.
Well, I mean, that kind of is the case anyway. Yeah. Kay visits S and his mom at the hospital, and we learn his mom must be shielded from all spirals. That's when they're like going through the dessert box.
Mm-hmm.
And S gets a call from the reporter asking to meet at Dragonfly Pond right away. As they walk there, they are surprised by Yamaguchi one last time, who declares his love for her by he's like you're never gonna forget me. Yeah. So he throws himself in front of the reporter's car and gets spiraled into the wheel, kind of with his lower half, and the wind causing the windshield itself to kind of make a spiral pattern with the reporter's eyeball
stuck in the center of it. That shot, that boom, 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 whoop, and like just like into the eyeball was fucking insane. The gore of that dude in the wheel well of that fucking car and then all mangled with his guts out was fucking top notch. Like that was like even watching it for like the 100th time, I was like, ooh, fuck, oh god.
Yeah, it was good.
I also really do like the fact that they don't show the reporter inside. Like it's just assumed obviously that he died in that car crash because of the spiral pattern, like windshield crack eyeball. And then his fucking eyeball in the center of it.
As they know that just happened, chapter 3, visitation.
Uh-oh.
There's a spiral on the wall at the hospital. Yeeps, this is getting bad. And a millipede is crawling around and crawls into mom's ear.
Okay, if you have a bug phobia, I guess this would be the scene where like you.
Sure.
Yeah, good point. Millipede. Yeah, buggy stuff.
This is bug stuff.
She pulls it out and throws a vase at it. Spiral dad appears
under the bed
to her, under the bed in a spiral.
Being all whiny and weird. He's like, oh, let me just hide out in your ear hole real quick. I'm just gonna hide in there. It's like, oh, stop. No.
Deep inside her ear. Yeah. The spiral's deep inside the ear. So stabs herself, presumably in the ear, guts with a broken piece of broken vase. Now we're at her wake in cremation. And we're freaking out again because there's faces. It's spiraling and there's faces. It's both the parents, right? And they're kind of going back and forth.
It's basically dad's like eating the other one or something.
Eating another one. I think it's supposed to be every person that's succumbed to the spiral so far.
Spiralage.
This is kind of really a fun homage to the actual manga because like the illustration that's for this like faces in the spiral is gnarly. If you've never read Junji Ito stuff, like the plots are weird, but the art in and of itself is just so highly detailed and graphic. It's insane. So, especially in Spiral, like
I have
the body contortion. It's weird. I don't really read a lot of manga, and I was gifted actually Uzumaki after watching Spiral. I was like, oh, okay, well this is after the manga. This is pretty interesting. And then after I got through this, I have now picked up 7 or 8 different stories of his, and each one of them are equally as batshit crazy and insanely detailed illustrations. Like from an art perspective, it blows my mind. Also, apparently, Junji Ito is the nicest human being on the planet for doing the most horrific, insane artwork. Apparently, he likes
one of those.
Like, I like Hello Kitty.
A lot of those.
Yeah.
Well, the edition I got is like the hardback.
Yeah.
It was a really cool looking one. It was on sale. So I was like, oh, perfect. That's why I picked it. It was like half off or something. So I was like, okay.
Awesome.
Mm-hmm.
For $19 or whatever.
It's a great read.
The art, I'm just drawn to the style and the artwork and all the little spirals.
Yes.
It's very nice to look at. It really is a wonderful shape.
Yes. I can't tell
Listen, you. We've been joking here, but
you know, all jokes aside,
on the record that he's not kidding. He really does like it. The cremation, smoke spirals, faces are in it. The teacher from the goo room is now guzzling water with a spiral bump on his back and crazy eyes. He's watching the news report. Typhoon is coming, and giant snails invade local high school. Bunch of turtles going up the side of that building.
A whole lot of turtles.
Well, do you think they want to die?
I don't know if they want to die.
I don't know, but from the looks of them,
they're pretty gooey.
I mean, they look like they would say "kill me" is the first thing out of their mouth.
Brian, the illustrations of these snail people in the manga are just fucking insane. It's so good.
I think I've seen them.
It's I also like how they're represented as having like arms and not arms. Like I think that's what's really cool about the aspect of how the spiral infects people is that it's not all the same. Like even if a similar thing happens to you, you don't look like just 2 giant slugs. Like it's this weird body horror where like it's like Cronenberg's The Fly. Like, it's just like this weird, like, okay, you're now partially a snail spiral and you'll somehow body melt with that, but you won't look exactly the same.
So they're interviewing kids around the school, reactions to the snails, and some of them are like, I don't even think they're real. It's kind of confusing. Because we see them.
Yeah.
But then on the news, they're like, but it gets weirder. Check out this girl with crazy spiral hair.
Just like,
and now her hair is all spirals, filling up, like going straight up, filling up the top half of a room, I guess you would say. Now she's got a whole gang of girls following her, all with little spiral
lollipops and shit.
Lollipops.
I fucking love that image of that and all that fucking hair up in the air. This news report makes me feel like that this world, it's just in this world where all these kind of spirits and shit happen to an extent. Like, it's not an unheard of type of thing, because they're reporting it on it as weird type of stuff. Like, it's this fantastical realism type of thing going on that you have to accept.
Well, it's this, like, in any other normal circumstance, if you were reporting 2 humanoid-sized snails covering a building and you have videotape of it, it would be way bigger of a thing. Like, this is just weird.
This is just weird.
Right, absolutely. But here they're like, weird stuff happening.
This is just, isn't this odd?
I'm doing the weird news. I wish they put me on something real. Which actually we kind of get with that reporter when they right here, because they get in the van to leave and she's complaining about like wanting to be put on a better assignment.
Right.
And then they drive into the darkness tunnel.
What do you think, like, Mulder from the X-Files thought when he heard about this, saw this news report? Like, Scully, holy shit, there's all these fucking spirals. I'm just imagining a world where the X-Files and Uzumaki exist in the same place, but he would be fully erect like Ross over this.
Absolutely. Like, this would be one of those like made for TV movies that they would have done where it's like he's been on paid leave from the X-Files, so they ship him off to some like weird rudimentary thing in Japan, and then he stumbles upon Uzumaki.
Oh my god, I want to see Mulder in Japan dealing with fucking Uzumaki.
Spirits and like
just spirits in general.
Kappas, like weird Tengus.
Dude, an X-Files anime where
you see
them like a weekly thing of just going out and dealing with all sorts of Japanese folklore, but it's the X-Files. It's Mulder and Scully in anime form.
Fully back that. Absolutely would back.
I'm here for it. Sorry, you're about to ask if we still
riff over.
Ryan Coogler is rebooting the X-Files.
Nice. Saw you
very
post
excited about that. Very excited about that. Big Ryan Coogler fan, big X-Files fan.
Coogler.
Kind of hope it's with like new agents and with his touch, and we just, Sculder and Moldy pop in every now and again. All right.
Mulder's
they leave through the darkness tunnel.
Come on.
Cop finds the cop that we've seen a few times finds a spiral in the barrel of a gun.
I found one.
K and S search for K's dad when S's legs start spiraling themselves around each other.
God. It's got me. Also, if every bone in your fucking toes, ankles, legs were snapping, contorting, and bending into a spiral, do you think you'd have a little more emotion backed up than they wound up in the gun?
You like feeling
even
the spiral.
If I couldn't feel it, like even if it didn't feel painful, I would still be freaking out.
Yeah.
Because I'd be like, what is happening to
Even
me?
Painless, that would still be a horrific thing to go through.
Precisely.
I don't know. I think the spiral just subdues you a little bit. It gives you the feels.
Yeah.
You want it to be happening once you get it. Once you get it, you're like all on board.
what was the title? It's so bad, but in a good way.
Exactly.
Oh yeah, so good, but so I'll get it. I got you.
S is now so S. He's about to say "I love you" to her. It seems, but then he twists himself to death. He does the twist to death, and it's the first case to Twister killing anybody. Shuichi is now possessed, telling Kiri to come into the Uzumaki.
This is, again, it homages everything. This fucking felt like Evil Dead. Like, this felt like he's dead, and then he goes, Bleh!
Well, the join us thing.
And then the twisting of his head, and he's like, please, God, part of us. And then the whited out eyes.
Now he's twisted up into a tall monster. And as he closes on Kiri, it cuts. Chapter 4. Come into Uzumaki. A sequence of illustrations of the town spiraled out.
Yeah. It's like, again, this is what, because it was like this weird thing of like, obviously it feels like they're illustrated on top of photos. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Where it has like that mix between the two. So this is what gave me huge Night of Living Dead vibes. Because it's just like this weird epilogue to what happened, just done in photographic format, you know?
Mm-hmm. But I feel like there was no... I didn't feel like the thing before was an ending with the tall monster and he closes in on her and then it's coming to... I didn't feel like
it's
that was an end.
Because it's an Uzumaki, baby. There is no end. That's why the end of the movie is the beginning of the movie.
They didn't avoid the time.
So
Uzumaki.
In a spiral...
Exactly.
In a spiral, which end is the end? Is the middle the start or the end?
Well, technically, if we're talking about the Uzumaki, we're talking about like swirl. So it's the physical act of just repetitively spinning. You know what I mean? So it's like, I think it's not the line, it's the space between. If that makes sense.
If I were to draw a spiral on a piece of paper, which point would you call the start and which point would you call the end?
See, but what I'm saying is that it is not the specific line. It is the space between the lines, and that is forever infinite. And that is what the representation of the movie is. It's the space between, not the actual physical line.
I understand that, but that's not my question. My question is, if I drew a spiral on a piece of paper, would you call the end of it the middle of the spiral, the center?
Is the center?
Would that be the start of the spiral?
Is the center the end, or is the outside the? Yeah, no, I understand what you're saying.
Yes.
I don't know. Depends on what you were feeling that day. I don't know if they necessarily.
Yeah, it was just a chicken or egg type of question I was trying to ask.
How do you feel?
I feel like I would say the middle is the end, but just because if I were to draw a spiral, I would start on the outside, even though that's not the way I should.
Interesting.
You would? Just now when I did it. No, you shouldn't. You should start from the center and go out.
Right. That's how I instinctively just started to draw.
Do you know what's funny though is that when S draws his in the sand to show her, he goes from the outside in, which I thought was nuts.
I think that might be why I thought of it that way. I think they all do. When he's doing it on the piece of paper, like the school paper, and they start doing it, they do it from the outside in too, right?
I think so.
Yeah. Maybe that's why that was in my head. Because, you shouldn't do that way.
Is there a right way or a wrong way to do it?
Yeah, I guess as long as
it's a spiral, baby.
Yeah, it doesn't. Yeah, it depends on how badly you want it to be a circular.
He's going inside out on the paper.
Is he?
At least I think I may have saw one where he went outside in real quick, but on the big main one he starts doing is inside out. At least that's the paper. That's the one I could get to real quick.
Right.
So, but I'm sure, it goes both ways, baby. It's a spiral, man. It doesn't have,
right.
Your question is irrelevant because you can't have it answered, baby. Like,
so after we see these illustrations, we go back to Kay's narration and she says, "Let me tell you the story of the town of my birth," which is how it started. The end. Okay, final thoughts, fellas?
Well, we thought we'd avoid that time loop, but I guess we didn't.
We'll be right back. We're back. Probably seemed like nothing for you. We were gone for hours. And it's time to get to our questions. How would we survive this one? How many are sacrificed? Leave town?
Yeah, I think it's
leave town while the getting's good.
If we weren't drawn spiraling inward into the chaos. Getting out of town but I think there's at a certain point though, if we caught it early, I think we'd be fine if we got out of town. But by the end of this movie, it seems like whatever this curse isn't allowing anything to leave.
Sure.
Of course.
I would agree.
I mean, I think the better question is, why do you want to leave, man? Have you seen the spiral?
Have you seen how beautiful the spiral is? Guys, look at my home videos of these spirals.
I don't think I'm surviving.
I don't. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't think so either.
Survival's.
You're like, ooh, a spiral.
Yeah, you guys will be like, Brian, come on.
But we are walking by the city limits. We're not even in there. And Brian's like, do you see this cloud spiral? And just walks away.
You guys are walking. I just like curve off to this. That's fun. Totally.
I've never seen this happen before. Have you seen this?
Never,
it's
man.
Not a tornado.
It's beautiful looking.
It looks
beautiful.
Knowing us, we're stoned out of our minds.
Gooier?
Yeah, I'm sure I'm going to look at a spiral. Make goo come out when that dude's twisting around. And what if goo squeeze it out of him as he's spiraling?
I feel like there's plenty of goo to be had. How do these snail people book? Let's see a transformation.
Yeah.
Let's see more of them.
I think like transformations
already.
I agree with Brian too. Start like having like the bones breaking, like you hearing that crunch, having some like bones splintering, things like that could be a nice little dash to it. Yeah, because I mean it's got a lot of goo. It's got a lot of goo and some gore, and when you get the gore, it's great. But I feel like give me more gore on this. You know what I mean? Than goo.
Villain level 1 through 10, power level iconography 1 to 5. Put them together.
Well, I mean, iconography is a 5 because have you seen how beautiful spirals are?
It's so beautiful. It's
so
such a
beautiful.
good shape. It's like perfect.
It's such a it's mesmerizing. I just stare at it all day.
I can't help myself sometimes, but hey, just go with the flow.
Do you know what I just bought? A potter's wheel. You know what I'm making with it?
Oh, cool.
I hope you make some Uzumaki pottery. Oh my God. I want some Uzumaki pottery.
Much. I found this super really good mud that I've been using.
Oh, perfect. I cover myself in it when I get it.
Yes.
Good.
Well, there's a yacht jaw. It's in his territory, so he has to cover himself in the mud to get the mud. The challenge is getting there. Getting out's easy.
Yeah. Oh
true.
My God. It's like it's worth it. It's good clay. But
so power level is a 5. So this is a 10.
I'm thinking that Uzumaki is a 10 because
I mean based on this,
great.
Well, I'm trying to think because like it's pretty fucking strong. It seems inescapable to an extent. If the Uzumaki decides to make itself upon you, it's going to.
We're unaware of a way to defeat it. We know that mirrors were taken out of a pond, but we don't know what that means.
Yeah.
This seems pretty indestructible, but it's that if you catch it, the only reason why I don't want to give it a 5 is that like if you're self-aware enough to get out of it before it gets bad, you may have a chance of survival. But I feel like we've been talking about it. I feel like part of its power is that it dumbs down everyone the town is cursing, as in like. Under normal circumstances, things like that would start happening, would freak out everybody. No one is fazed by this.
I'm just the reporter who does the news story. Is she in the town when she does that story?
Yes.
Yeah.
Do we know if she gets out?
No, at the end,
they don't. That's
don't.
one of the illustrations.
I missed it. Okay.
Is the van. I didn't say it. I just said we see illustrations.
Sure.
But so the van crashes, and then she's like has snail eyes, and like it's starting to create a snail thing on her back.
Well, never mind. All right, then I give it a 10.
No, because I had the same thought. If the curse only affects people that live in the town, then
or if like you're in just like a quick enough, because that I mean I don't know how much in proximity she was in it, but I was just thinking of someone who was trying to go into the town and had a purpose to get out of the town. but couldn't because they got Uzumaki'd.
It happened.
And it's just they were a byproduct of it. Like, it seems like.
You drove into a spiral.
Shit, I think it's 10.
I'm giving it a 10.
It's
I mean,
10.
it's fucking perfect.
It's so good. Have you seen
Right.
spirals?
But like, have you seen it,
Have
Sam?
you seen it though, Sam?
I see a great looking spiral right behind you.
You're
Yeah,
It's fucking gorgeous. It's brilliant. It's colorful. It's an exploding TARDIS painting by Van Gogh. If anyone is curious, go check out those spirals in that painting.
Should it have a sequel? What is your sequel?
Spiral 2 full throttle.
It's just a
Bigger
spiral for
spiral.
2 hours.
I like bigger spiral.
I could see like the typhoon or it's typhoon, right? That it like reaches some, like, after the destruction of it, people are trying to clean up the town, and then some spiral thing is kept and brought into like some major city, and then like a major city starts getting like sections of it just start getting Uzumaki'd.
Mm-hmm.
Could be kind of interesting.
I like the idea of that. Yeah, pull it into a city. I think the other way you could get it into there too is like, because the other idea I got from the film is, yes, maybe the typhoon is related somehow, but I'm like, it spreads through just that initial idea of starting to think about the spiral. Then you start seeing more spirals and you think more and more. Then I feel like it infects your brain that way. So something about like the news report gets out into a city, or it becomes like a, you know, like an urban legend online video, almost kind of like the Ring type of thing that people like you see. And then that's what essentially you start thinking about the Uzumaki, and then it starts spreading and infecting wherever you want to place it. Bigger spiral.
That's what happened to you.
Yeah, the spiral. It's good. We're about to have the American remake.
Would you buy the soundtrack or score on vinyl? It's gonna be a big no for me.
Okay,
I want to leave that circus music.
Yeah, this one is like borderline zany enough that like
the vinyl better be a spiral.
If the vinyl's a spiral, I mean, like, that's.
If it's not, I will not buy the soundtrack.
Like that's got to be the pinnacle selling point for me.
Just look at it.
Does it exist? I don't know.
You can make your own.
I'm looking up right now.
Oh, sure.
No, I just meant look at any record plan and you can make your own Uzumaki.
Sure.
Okay, so
for the anime series, there is one.
What edited is a spiral.
Yeah.
Of course,
as it should be.
Of course. Is anything action figure worthy?
Yes, I think
tons of stuff.
Spiral hair girl when she's going full hair,
and have cool. Like the wire in the hair, like chunks of the hair strand, so you can mold it and move it how you want to. Slug boys, like the snail boys, would be fucking.
Imagine having a pack of slug boys.
Pack of those slug boys. You know, it'd be super gross. You know, okay. Oh yeah, dude, the little capsules that you get and you throw in water and then they expand and get slimy and huge, like those, but as snail boys. Those
water. Like the kind of sticky ones that you can throw on a wall and they slowly just move down a wall.
Perfect.
Like those sticky things. Yes. Okay. I'm here for it all, man. God, that is a beautiful looking vinyl.
Isn't that a great spiral?
That's a really nice spiral, Sam.
Merch prop promo from the film
of any of the spirals.
Okay, a prop from the film.
That one sign that he gets.
That he plugs in the beauty shop.
The way that spins. That's a moving spiral I can get into.
Yeah. No, that would be cool because it's like a nice wall hang. Maybe, honestly, any of the treasure troves that he had picked up in his collection would be kind of fun.
Yeah. Some of the stuff from the collection room.
I would like some of the pottery the dad made. Yeah.
Oh, yeah. The clay pottery would be great. Honestly,
Chuddle the pottery.
Chuddle the pottery. One of the ear diagrams from the hospital that has the spiral in it. Because that's just a hilarious Easter egg. Because from normal view, everyone would be like,
the tear of it. Just the ripped off piece that he takes off the wall.
Junji Ito's picture.
Oh, the wanted poster.
Mm-hmm. The wanted, yeah.
Yeah. Oh, that's
be
such
cool.
a good one.
That'd be a good one. You got anything for the midnight showing? Throwing slugs at the
Throwing
screen?
spirals.
Yeah.
You get frisbees that have spirals on them.
Yes.
And you
And you
just
just-
throw them around there in the movie.
Yes.
For sure.
You can also get like you have umbrellas that have spirals, so you can like twirl them at the screen and
Oh,
shit.
yeah.
And, like just fucking spirals everywhere, man.
Mm-hmm.
Get you so hard in there.
And popcorn bucket. Somehow spiral.
A small washing machine.
Oh, yeah.
Yes,
perfect.
washing machine's great. Clay bucket collector.
Clay bucket.
Yeah.
Ooh, like a I would say like a tornado, but like a spiral tornado, and then the top of it opens that has all the faces, like the smoke spirals, and then you reach into it. Although it's not a bucket because it'd be basically like a giant popcorn cone.
What about a snail
Popcorn.
shell?
Oh, a snail shell would be great.
Just like a big open snail shell.
yes.
That'd be perfect. And it's wet.
Wet. Big wet snail shell. Great.
Tibbs on the bad name.
Perfect. Those all sound like great popcorn buckets. Let's go to our rating part.
Ooh.
I only want your fingers.
Should we all, like, cut our fingers open and bleed on it?
Can you wrap your fingers around this?
I'll take a Voorhees burger and a side of Jason's bacon.
Show them.
Spiral.
Spiral.
Spiral. The Spiral Hotel.
The spiral girl.
On this show, we like to use a rating scale of 0 to 5 fingers. Each finger represents a different quality about a movie. You can chop off 0 finger, half finger, quarter finger, 3/4 finger, whole finger. That about does it. These ratings are intended to be subjective on how we feel about a movie. Doesn't matter if the movie is objectively good or bad. Now, Ross, since you brought this one to us, I'm gonna and have the most history with it. I'm gonna have you go first.
Okay. Engaging is going to get it teeters between like a 0.75 and a 1. I'm going to give it a 0.75 for right now and see what my score winds up being. I'm engaged for most of this movie just because cinematically it is just fucking bonkers. Like there's so much stuff going on at camera work wise, and then just I don't know, the movie's just insane to me. I feel that sometimes I get slightly disengaged because like for an hour and a half runtime, there are some scenes that feel like they take fucking forever. So, which is so weird. So yeah, that one, it kind of dims the engagement for me. But I still mustered through it. Sticky is gonna get, I think Sticky's gonna get a 0.75 as well. Because I remember a lot from this. What's weird though is that I don't remember that much dead air. I guess would be the best way of putting that in this movie. Like there are some fucking huge hit points, and those are double-decker sticky sandwich. But not sticky enough that I every time I watch this movie, I'm like, God, there's just some fucking lull moments in this.
Right.
T-shirtable is gonna get the full 1. I mean, like there is so much. Just Sam, have you ever really seen a spiral?
I feel like at this point, I'm not even sure anymore.
Because even just a spiral to shirt. No, I think there's so much content on this between this and this mixed in with the manga was amazing. To be totally honest with you, I would just have the Junji Ito Wanted poster with his face and then the illustration as a t-shirt would be hilarious. But there's so much cool shit that could happen through this. Cockles. Cockles is, man. Cockles is gonna get a 1. It is so bonkers that it's just so weird, and I just love every moment of it because of just how fucking oddball it is. And that is giving a lot of grace to it because, again, there's a lot of dead air in between the hit points. But when the hits happen and the cinematography stuff happens, it's like, but the dead air kind of goes into rewatchable. Rewatchable is going to go for a 0.5 because I feel that, like, yeah, for sure you can watch this, but this isn't like a binge a bunch of times in a year movie. You know what I mean? Like, this is going to be, maybe catch it once a year, or like if someone, you know what I mean? Like if you get into it, or if it's like a good mix. Again, it's the 2 a.m. slot in your movie marathon with friends. You know what I mean? So it's like, it's not going to be your first choice, but you could throw it in there for extra spice. So
cool. That gives you a 4. How does that feel?
Oh, I'm going to keep it at a 4. I think this thing, this spiral, I think I have to stare at this spiral more for re-ratings, but right now I'm happy at a 4.
All righty. Great. Bry Guy.
Sure.
I'd love you to tell me your feelings here.
The perfect movie, a 5, baby, all the way, ones across the board. Engaging. I agree with Ross with the 0.75. It definitely drags in some points, and the parts that don't have spirals in them, I'm like, what are we doing here? Get a spiral.
Get more spirals, man.
Sticky.
How am I going to eat my miso?
Exactly. Like that's the whole movie to me. Like, come on, more spirals. Sticky. I'll give it a 0.75. So while I'm not necessarily thinking of specific scenes in this movie, thinking of that spiral, baby. That's
all the time.
That's here.
All the time.
That
I
is
can't stop.
here now. I'm working on making my eyes move independently of each other. It'll come. Don't worry.
I'm telling you, I think there's a better way to do it.
I think there might be a better. Yeah. There's a better way.
We'll see. I'll let you know after I try.
After I figure it out.
Yeah. T-shirtable. That's gonna get the full 1. Plenty of imagery. That's fun, and I'd wear it for this movie or any version of Uzumaki. But I don't have a problem representing and liking this movie, and I think there's cool enough stuff for it. Cockles, God, does it get the full 1? That's where it's tough. It's like, I feel like a 0.75 is a little bit more warranted for it, because the biggest thing I like, obviously, that spiral, baby. Because there is so like, as we mentioned with like the engagingness factor of it, while there's the points that lull and there's spiralless moments, it's like, it's so that's why I don't feel like I can hit it all the way. And rewatchable, I'll agree with 0.5 as well.
So wait, what was Cockles?
0.75.
Okay.
Minus 0.25 for spiralless moments, and then a 0.5 for rewatchable. 3.75. I think that's good because I really like the movies, whatever. And I do like the weird shit that they're trying so hard with, all the different cinematography things and all the weird different. It feels very artsy. It feels ridiculous. Like I said, the kind of thing to just throw up where you don't have to on the screen and don't have to pay attention, and you can kind of look up and you'll most likely get like something interesting to look at for a minute. Yes. And then the idea behind it is really what stuck with it for me. So I think a 3.75 is good.
That's good. I completely forgot to say this during the factual movie. During the horse gymnastics, whatever that was, when she lands the perfect land, and she goes, when they do that, where they do the whoop 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 whoop, where they like fast forward and rewind their reaction back and forth like a cartoon. Audibly laughed out loud. I was like, this is fucking bonkers.
Yeah. There's some bonkers choices.
Sure is. Okay.
All right.
What you got? Uh-oh.
So I'm between a 0.5 and a 0.75 on engaging. And because I'm worried about how this is going to go, I'll give it a 0.75. Sticky, I'm going to give 0.25, and I think that might be generous. I just don't see myself thinking about or remembering this movie. If anything, if I think anything when I see spirals now, I might think about how Brian's a spiral guy.
Spirals. I mean, I still don't get me wrong. I still got love for the triangle. A spy wrangle? Think about that. Whoa.
A spy wrangle. Oh no.
Oh my goodness. All right.
Spy wrangle.
T-shirtable. That's tough. Based on this movie alone, because that's all I know. Although I did just look up the manga and I've seen some of the art before for sure, and it is interesting. I'm gonna give, but this isn't the manga, this is the movie, so I guess I'll give it a 0.25 because I'm just
it's okay. Hey, man.
Yeah. Don't think anything is particularly cool looking, and don't like it that much. Cockles.
And I hate it.
See, this is what's interesting. I'm kind of interested in the manga because I do see how like a source material or a more protracted story from sort of the base of this could be interesting.
Mm-hmm. I think you'd have fun with the book.
And I did like some of the experimentation as well. So again, because I'm trying to not, I'll give it a 0.5, which might be generous, but and then rewatchable, watchable is going to be a 0.25 because I don't plan on ever seeing this again. I'm not terribly upset I watched it, but I'm not stoked about it.
You're not itching to.
Yeah. I there's no reason I would ever watch this again. But if it came up, I would. And that puts me at a 2, which is kind of what I was thinking I'd be at. So nice. I'm totally fine with that. And that.
So where does that? Want me to?
Oh yeah. Before we do that, I think most people hadn't seen this.
A couple. There was like maybe 2 or 3.
Was it Boss Tuna? I reviewed it on another podcast a couple years ago. Was not my favorite.
Yep.
Yeah. And Ricky said I liked it from memory, but also remember wanting more from it.
Mm-hmm.
And Evan was going to try to watch it, but I don't think he was going to get to it. And then we started talking about some other spirals.
4 hours.
Which I'm fine with, man. I am fine talking about other spirals. Just because the spiral is perfect in any form, so we can discuss it
even in name only,
and even in any format.
Yeah.
So that puts and that's all I think we have from the club. So our Chuddle score is a 3.3, and we can find out what that puts it in the what that's around. Obviously, I'm dragging the score down there, but
no problem.
It is what it is.
A 3.3, other 3.3s. So it sits in the company of Hush, another favorite of Sam's, Curse of Chucky, Friday the 13th Part 8, Friday the 13th Part 7, Friday the 13th A New Beginning, The Menu, and Chud are all 3.3s.
Wow. Interesting. That is a mix right there.
That is a mix.
I feel like that's the only time they'd ever appear on a list together. Obviously the Friday the 13th would appear together, but
sure.
Yeah, if it was a list of Friday the 13th,
3
movies.
Friday the 13th movies got 3.3.
Mm-hmm.
That's how it works out here on Chuddle the Pod. The number 3 horror movie club on FeedSpot.
The 3.3s.
Well, that does it. We did it. We chuddled
it.
Uzumaki Spiral 2000. And that does it for the Chuddle Club Pod movie meeting Chuddle show for the night. The episode. You heard it here first. That's the end. Follow Chuddle the Pod on Instagram and Threads. Stay up to date with the podcast. Follow at Ross Purvis on Instagram if you want to see his tattoos. Get a tattoo, buy some art, any of that stuff. Do it. Follow Chuddle the Sam, Chuddle the Ross, Chuddle the Brown with a Y on Letterboxd if you want to see what we're up to. And if you want to chat with us, talk about movies, talk about the episodes, stuff like that, we got a lovely Discord community you can jump into, be part of the Chuddle community. Just to make it easy for you, all of that is in the show description, so you can just do a little clicky. And if you liked it this far and really liked it, go ahead, rate, review, tell a friend, text a friend an episode that you think they'd like. But until then,
Jikan o Sakeru Uzumaki.